a battalion of baby-faced soldiers, and veteran Lee Marvin is the only one who can whip them into shape. They'll have to earn the Big Red One, next on HBO.
Even though he doesn't know who she is, he'll travel to foreign lands, cross the hottest sands, sail the deepest seas. Because on a scale from 1 to 10, George Weber is about to meet an 11. Dudley Moore, Julie Andrews, Bo Derek, 10, tomorrow on HBO.
Put him in the empty room at the end of the hall.
When a new patient enters the Golden Age nursing home, the nice nurse greets him in her usual way.
You have no use for that ring.
But this is no usual patient. This is no normal home. Margot Kidder meets the Hitchhiker in Night Shift. When he appears, strange things happen. And he appears Friday on HBO.
HBO Premier Films presents The Park Is Mine, featuring Yaphet Kotto.
You know what this character reminds me of a book I read called The Young Lions. And a character named Christian Dietzel, who's up against the same conflict of principles within himself.
Yaphet is on location as Eubanks, chief of the New York City Emergency Service Squad. His task is to liberate Central Park from a frustrated veteran holding it hostage.
What may be expedient, politically right, socially right, is sometimes not spiritually right. And that's what motivates Eubanks ultimately.
Yaphet Kotto isn't one of those names you can instantly marry to a face, or a face you can marry to a name. Not until you hear his credits. Then they merge and a terrific actor comes into focus.
One ordinary man can have some power. Right now, I matter. Right now, I make a difference.
That's not the way you do things.
The guy's a stone wacko.
No, he's not. He's not by a long shot. Helen Shaver and Tommy Lee Jones show up to act, and they're acting. And when you get a situation where real creativity is happening, all the other things become secondary. That kind of atmosphere I love working in. Blue Collar, we had that. That picture should have won every award on it everywhere. I mean, with Richard Pryor and Harvey Keitel and myself, the three of us, we did some really fine work.
You've seen him on HBO in films like Alien, Blue Collar, The Star Chamber, and Brubaker, his favorite.
Start wars and you let other people fight them.
There was moments in there that came right out of acting workshop classes from New York that I really appreciated doing. Unlike other films like Alien, where I'm just playing a one-note thing, there were a lot of things in that movie that I felt good about.
Become highly recommended.
Commissioner, what you're telling me is that we have two hired killers? I mean, is that what I'm hearing?
Frank, you're out of line.
I mean, what about the woman? What about the...
They will be instructed to take every precaution. Now, that's it.
His versatility has freed him from the shackles of ethnic roles and put the critics in his pocket.
And the press is really recognizing 14 years of fine performances from me. I have never let down my audiences yet.
Now, he's scouting for a breakthrough role. Again.
I was the first black actor to kill a white man on screen, a man on the screen. First one in space. And now I intend to be the first one to break the barrier of just doing an entertaining film where I'm the hero.
And what better role to savor than the greatest adventure hero of them all?
I wanted to play Indiana Jones. It was my part.
Yaphet Kotto, starring with Tommy Lee Jones in The Park Is Mine, a tense thriller from HBO Premier Films.
This is the country where Jewel Ivy and her husband Gil worked their land and raised a family. But there's a storm brewing here.
It's coming up awfully fast.
A storm more devastating than any tornado.
This is our land. You can't just pull in here like God Almighty.
You're already implicated in this thing.
I'd rather be a thief than do what you do for a living.
Farming is a business.
You college boys with your numbers, that's what made it a business.
Your dad and me, we're caught in the middle of something that we didn't even see coming.
You telling me to foreclose these people out? We need to cut our losses, get what we can.
To the bureaucrats, they were a statistic.
They got you on the list. I've never been on no damn list in my whole life.
We're not going to sell the land. This land's been in my family for over 100 years.
You owe him the money.
In this country, the land is your life, and you fight for your life.
Time to start the auction sale. You don't have to sell these people out.
Jessica Lange, Sam Shepard, Country. Tuesday on HBO.
For over 4 decades, they hunted him. He was known to millions as the Angel of Death. Now, America Undercover retraces the trail of one of the world's most wanted men, the Nazi war doctor Joseph Mengele. How did he elude his hunters for so many years? America Undercover explores this and the many other mysteries behind The Search for Mengele, an HBO documentary exclusive. Wednesday.
Nobody brings it home like HBO.
The following movie has been rated PG by the Motion Picture Association of America. Parental guidance is suggested.